And you all know that in our system, there's criminal justice and there's civil justice. Criminal justice is beyond a reasonable doubt. You have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt what happened. That part, as to Mr. Moody, been resolved. But there's also a civil justice component. And the civil justice component isn't about freedom. That's what criminal justice is about. But it's about finances. It's a statement in this community about whether or not somebody is allowed to commit a crime and then keep everything that they have or not. It's as simple as that. And in this particular case, you know, a lot of times lawyers get up here and they say, well, this case is about closure. This isn't a case about closure. There's no closure in a case like this. At best, it's one more step towards resolution. It's one more step towards holding every single person accountable in every single way for what happened to Dawn. And it was her commitment at the beginning of this to do that. So that's what we're going to do. Now, the practical effect of this is that during the course of all of this, Mr. Moody, Raymond Moody, inherited some property. And so this judgment is the first step in being able to seize that property, since he's spending life in prison, and to give those proceeds to Dawn. Okay, that's the practical effect of what we're doing here. But the value of that property would not even cover her travel expenses for traveling back and forth to Myrtle Beach, to Georgetown, to Charleston, and everywhere in between that she has traveled to tell this story, to find her daughter. And then, after finding where her daughter was, the remains of doing the hard work to hold people accountable. What do you remember about explaining to them what had happened in Myrtle Beach?
Are you talking about after we knew it happened?
No, once you got back from the first trip down and you didn't bring Brittannee back.
When I first came here, I was in Myrtle Beach for 2 months looking for Brittannee. We were passing out flyers. We would talk to anybody that would talk to us. I went to multiple searches around the Myrtle Beach area and in Georgetown. And I had went home, I think, once in between that time to see my other 2 children. And then I came back, and I was here for a total of 2 months. And when I got home, I didn't have Brittannee. We just knew that she was still missing at that point.
With respect to Mr. Moody, and when you learned that he did what he did to your daughter, where were you?
I was at home on my back porch.
And how do you remember that conversation going?
When the FBI had called me, when they had told me who it was, I said, "Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me." And I said they were looking at him in 2011, 2012. And I just broke down in tears.
Did you believe it?
I did.
And at that point in time, and since, tell the jury a little bit about what has happened. I mean, you've been to South Carolina, I don't know how many times at this point.
I've been in South Carolina from 2009 all the way up to, now it is 2025. I've gone back and forth, trying to do anything possible that I could do for Brittannee.
And why, tell the jury why civil case is important to you. That this part of justice is important for you and for your daughter.
I wanted to set a precedence that people that commit these crimes and do what Mr. Moody did to my daughter, They need everything taken away from them because they took the most precious thing that they could have taken away from me, and that was Brittannee.
And that's what you're here fighting for?
That is correct. It's about the principle.
In this case, Mr. Moody, do you intend to put up any evidence for defense?
No, Your Honor, I don't. I'm completely guilty as charged. I have no defense for my behavior.
Thank you, Mr. Moody.